Hey, sparklers! Welcome to the Magical Link, where we like to translate the correlation between our physical world and the world beyond, bridging the gap of understanding and basically letting you all know what the actual F is going on. Brought to you by your favorite psychic sirens, otherwise known as me, Kimmy, Miss Merlin, and Magical Mel. Hey, Mel.
Hey, what's up? How's the sparklers out there?
Hey guys, thank you for being here with us. Sorry we were not here last week, stuff, energy and stuff. There's been a lot going on. The energies around Bieltna, Siegelblot, May Day, whichever you celebrate, it was powerful, but it was kind of chaotic. Did you notice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it felt like the transition from Aries to Taurus was, it packed a punch.
Yeah.
Like Aries season was rough.
It was.
But it kind of felt like it didn't change much, but then at the same time, because you had some planets moving into Taurus too, you felt it. You felt it. I know that for me personally, it went from a lot of aggressive energy to more of I want to get shit done.
Yeah.
And more grounded. Like it was intense and it was very practical in essence, but it was also very smooth. For me, it was smoother. Like Aries just, it kicked my butt. Aries season kicked my butt. There was so much going on with everybody around me and me personally. It was a lot to process, a lot to deal with. So when we moved into Taurus, it was still a very intense energy, but it was smoother for me, and I found myself doing more grounding. I found myself doing more practical things, but at the same time kind of treating myself here and there with the little things, like with the chocolates or with, whatever, flowers. I saw some flowers and I picked them up, and there was, that earthy kind of mentality.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been okay. It's hard, but, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed it was kind of chaotic. And again, there was a lot of stuff happening on the world stage that was playing out.
Right.
That always, tries to throw you off balance, like we always talk about, right? We have to observe and not absorb.
Right, yeah.
I did want to mention really quickly, I thought that this was hilarious, and I don't know if everybody understood it at the time. King Charles, which, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of royalty, right? But he did something quite brilliant and something that I quite appreciated. He laid out a whole session, and all the people in the room did not get that that's what it was. And everyone's just applauding, yay! And really, like, he was being kind of mean, actually. So let me explain. So if you saw when King Charles and Queen Camilla came to visit, right? They're trying to cool tensions, which I appreciate the sentiment. I do, because I think if anyone he might listen to, it might be King Charles, because he does revere him a lot, because he is royalty, right?
Right. Yeah.
And they share the same tacky decorating style. Anyways, not my point. But anyways, King Charles gave him a bell, a gold bell, right?
Okay.
As a gift, and everybody applauds. Oh, how wonderful! And Trump was very impressed. And the bell actually comes from the USS Trump, which was a submarine from World War II. Okay. But the thing is, that ship was a failed ship. Every single mission that it went on, it failed. It was supposed to deliver the strike and it did not. So another sub had to be brought in. So he got the quote unquote bell from a failed ship, and a bell over there is an insult.
Oh, really?
Bell means like prick or dickhead.
Oh, wow. Well, it was a fitting gift.
It is. Yep. So he gave him something that means prick and dickhead from a failed ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And his whole speech, too, if you listen to it, it was layered in that kind of like British insult that with the humor that's a few layers deep, right? That you have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to dissect it together.
Yeah. It was very brilliant. And I was like, dude. Well played. Well,
he channeled his mama there. That's what happened.
Exactly.
He channeled the mama.
Yeah. 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 Oh gosh. But yeah, I just.
That about the bell.
Oh, and let me just add on too. Trump there too is kind of like slang for fart.
Again, so fitting.
So yeah, layers deep it goes.
Yeah.
But funny as hell.
Oh my gosh.
So I just wanted to bring that up because I was like, bravo, Charles, bravo.
That is so interesting. You know, and getting back to the astrology and all of this that we're talking about, you know, Gemini is now in Uranus. And with Gemini in Uranus, as we all know, Uranus is the planet of outside the box thinking, transformation, expect the unexpected kind of thing. So the chaotic energy that you're probably feeling is that.
Yes.
Anyone who's got Gemini placements are going to feel it intensely. Like my son has a lot of Gemini in him. And I've noticed that there has been a change in behavior, but like he is triggered for the slightest of things. And it's almost like his personality is starting to change. And so it's bonkers sometimes to me. And I'm a Gemini rising, so I can understand my mind kind of shifts quicker than it was shifting before. So my words sometimes get jumbled because my brain is going in one direction, my mouth is going in another. So I noticed that about me. So that may be something you're feeling, being that you're Gemini moon. So it's that chaotic energy is probably attributing to that too, besides the Pluto in retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. So if communication is something that you're feeling kind of shifty or kind of intense or kind of weird or kind of like you don't know whether you're coming or going sometimes, being that those are air signs, it's going to fog your mind sometimes. So, you know, it's not surprising to feel that chaotic energy. I know I've been feeling it in the house with Josh especially.
I want to bring up, oh gosh, it's 11:11 as I'm saying.
Yeah, I saw it.
I want to bring up that good masculine energy is rising. So you will see too, and a lot of things feel chaotic because that toxic, the patriarchy is starting to fall. So the ones who carry that energy heavily, you're going to notice in your life, there's going to be men popping up out of everywhere that are just triggered to the maximum. That's because they're losing the entitlement that they thought they were promised to with patriarchy and all these other things that they thought they had. And I don't even think necessarily that they realize that this is the issue consciously, but it is. It is. The matriarchy energy is rising, so this is why things feel a little chaotic.
Yeah.
Yes. And so happens in your life when there's growth happening. You feel anxious, right? Because it's unfamiliar. Which brings me to, indulge me for a moment. I want to share a little bit of neuroscience with you. So this is why a lot of people stay stuck or feel stuck. Your brain doesn't want you to be successful. It wants you to be safe. It doesn't know the difference between a fake threat and a real one. You teach it. So it doesn't know if you're in real danger unless you already have an experience or have been exposed to something letting you know that situation is dangerous. So many people equate success to danger. Most people don't fear failure. They really fear success. So every time you try something new, your brain will literally treat it as a threat. So that is why growth feels like anxiety, like I was just saying. It makes you anxious, and it seems really hard, but it's not hard.
Right.
It's just your nervous system thinks that you're in danger because you're evolving. So, and it feels that way because you're doing something different than the norm.
Yep.
Right? So the second thing is willpower. So in your brain, you have the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. Okay, this is like your willpower muscle. And the way that you grow this is by doing things that you don't necessarily want to do, right? Or that are hard for you. So studies show that people actually live longer than when they do things that they don't want to do. Right?
Yeah.
So that's how you work that muscle, by forcing yourself. And I'm going to use addiction as an example here. For someone who's getting clean, they're really building that muscle because every day they are making a choice. They are rewiring their brain a new pathway, right? But here's the thing. Trauma teaches your brain to overprotect itself. Dysfunction isn't drive. And the neuroplasticity in your brain is proof that you can always start over. Every new thought, action, idea, etc., it rewires your brain. Like I was just talking about. Every time you make a new choice, right? Or you stick with a new choice. So saying someone is set in their ways is just absolute bullshit. You're never too old, never too far gone. It's never too late. You just haven't repeated the right thing long enough. And to make that new neural pathway. Your brain also, people, this might blow your mind for a second, learns by emotion, not information. People don't change when they understand. They change when they feel. Emotion etches memory. Logic only explains it. Okay. Then that brings us to, hang on, let me look at my notes here. The last thing, rest. This one's hard for a lot of people. Rest is a form of reprogramming. Letting yourself rest lets your brain merge your memories, your ideas, and your identity. So you're not lazy. It's neurotypical self-care. All right? And your brain is plastic, not permanent. You don't need a new life. You just need rewiring. And the new life will follow based on that rewiring. Does that make sense?
100%. I mean, everything you said is absolutely spot on. From all the research I've ever done on things like that, what I've learned was that excitement and anxiety are often misunderstood. One, really, when you're thinking that you're anxious, it's really excitement. Excitement and anxiety, they're on the same frequency. So it's really, and how you interpret a situation, whether it's going to be anxiety you're feeling or excitement. And people seem to flip-flop from them. They don't understand one from the other. So yes, it's based on personal experience. It's based on situations. It's based on how you perceive things as a person, whether it's going to be something based on, you're feeling excited or you're feeling anxious. So absolutely 100%. And that's why things like affirmations and positive mindsets and things like decrees and these things that I've studied, they help because they bypass what your brain is thinking, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they're kind of reprogramming, which is what this really is you're reprogramming what you've already thought to believe to be true because of whatever the reason was. But you're reprogramming your brain, and you're not thinking about it, you're just repeating.
Mm-hmm.
And so your brain is processing what you're repeating, and that's why you can bypass whatever it is you've thought to be true and rewire your brain to believe something else, because your brain won't know the difference between something that is absolutely true or something that you think is true.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, all of this is absolutely spot on correct.
Yeah, and it's like we were talking about before too, like rethinking the way that we talk to ourselves,
right?
Like the whole "I'm tired," "I'm this," yeah. "I'm that," like making declarations.
Right.
That translates to our self-talk.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we believe.
But with the affirmations, again, you're making a new neural pathway. So it's easier to get there rather than to fall back into the pattern of the negative self-talk sometimes that we get into.
Absolutely. I have come to try and be mindful about those things. Like when a person will say, "So how are you?" So even if I'm not feeling at my best, I will think about my answer and say, well, you know what? I'm taking more time to rest than I normally would. I'm resting. Yeah. And you talked about resting, and that's part of, actually rest is part of the integration process of anything.
Yeah.
Yes, you're integrating and processing, and your body needs to rest. That's why they say a lot of it happens while we're sleeping.
Yeah.
Because we can't do anything about it. It's kind of just working itself out when we're asleep. We're not in control. We're not trying to control anything. So that's why rest, whether it's sleep, whether it's just relaxing and getting your mind off of things to do something maybe that you enjoy, that's part of healing. That's so part of evolving. That's part of the process. It's part of the process.
It's part of setting boundaries for yourself.
Yeah.
Too, like, I need this time for me.
Right.
And I'm going to take it, whether it's uncomfortable for other people or not,
Right.
That's the whole self-care, right? We have to mind, body, and spirit, all of it together. Yeah. But grounding has been super important.
Yes.
Recently, because again, the energy has just been so up and down, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on too. There's been some jumps in the Schumann too that I've seen. I think there may have even been a solar flare. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
It's possible. I'm not really sure.
I think there might have been some sort of solar activity.
Yeah, there usually is anyway.
Yep, something. But something definitely has shifted. Yeah. I'm feeling that. And it's funny, like, as we've been talking about, like, the rise of the matriarchy, right? I posted something in my story this morning that said what my sign was matriarchy rising.
Yeah. Definitely true. And getting back to something else that you were talking about, doing things that you don't normally do, trying something new to rewire your brain, and it goes back to the anxiety, excitement kind of thing, is what they tell people that have things like dementia and Alzheimer's, and I'm personally dealing with someone who has dementia, is it's my mom. And she's told that she's got to start doing things differently. She's got to start reading different things. She's got to start behaving different ways, learning new things. It can't just be what she's used to, what she's comfortable with. And that's what, of course, I think as humans, that's what we want to do, is kind of stay in our comfort zone. But it's so important, right? It's so important for things like brain activity and brain degeneration and all those kinds of memory loss, fatigue. all those things that come into play eventually
Yeah.
for each of us in somehow, some way, some form. They say the best thing to do is learn something new, do something different. And this
Yeah.
is what I tell her all the time. And even her therapist tells her the same thing. You got to start doing something new so that you get out of your own head.
Yes.
And not focus on the problems. You know, you're just, it's about almost distraction. It's a distraction technique. And that's the best way to kind of get out of your own head, get out of your own way, is to do something that you've never done before, and that actually does help. It helps with brain.
Yeah.
It helps with everything. Everything.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you have to keep yourself engaged.
Yeah.
For
Try
sure.
different things. Try different things. And there's nothing more exciting for me, anyway, is when I try something that I'm scared to do. Like doing this podcast for me at the beginning was very scary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember I was apprehensive. I didn't know if I could do it, you know, and it's also about a feeling like I can't do something, you know, that self-doubt that used to creep up because, you know, public speaking wasn't always a comfortable thing for me.
Yeah.
But the more you do it, the more you get comfortable with it. And then it's not so much, not a chore, but it's not so much a scary thing anymore. But it was at the beginning. It was at the beginning for me. But now it's like I look forward to it, and it's great. And you know, but you have to start somewhere. And getting out of your comfort zone and being willing to be brave is the best way to prolong your life in every way.
And I think we all go through that. I go through that too. I still doubt myself sometimes. Like, do I have stuff to say that people want to hear?
Right.
Is what I'm contributing valuable?
Right.
Those kind of things. But comfort it equals death, right? If our brain had it that way, it would stay in comfort, right? But that's not how we train our nervous system. When we just stay in what's comfortable for us all the time.
Right.
We can't do that. And that's how we train our fight or flight response as well.
Right.
Right. And that, you know, also leads to cortisol, which it does nasty things to everybody's bodies, but especially women. You know, a whole host of nasty things happen when we have too much cortisol running through our veins.
For sure.
Oh, speaking of something, you know, something I found out today that infuriated me.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God. So, men have an extra molecule in their body that helps them with pain.
Really?
Yep, they sure do. So this, now I might have to reconsider that God might be a man, because women have the babies and have the periods and all those things, and we don't get the extra pain molecule. What the? But again, this goes back to the science of things, right? Like everything is made for men. Like it's studied for them, you know. It's the same. Like they would have to work on different dosages for things.
Right.
This does not explain to me why they're such babies when they get sick.
Right. Because of that extra molecule, you see.
Probably.
You see how when they get a simple cold, it's like it's the end of the world. But women, they trudge on. They still do what they got to do, no matter what. Even if they're going through their menstrual cycles, even if they're going through menopause, even if they're in labor, even if they're taking care of 5 million things at once. Women still show that they're stronger than men, you see, even without the molecule that the men have.
Yeah, it just pisses me off. It infuriated me when I heard it. I was so mad. Oh, and another thing, too. Pollen and stuff, and overabundance of it that makes everybody allergic and stuff, and their allergies go out of control. Yeah, that is also an abundance of male trees in the area. So again,
it figures.
Men.
Figures. Always a pain, aren't they? They're always causing some kind of suffering in us.
Some kind of havoc somewhere. God. Take a rest for a moment.
See, that's why it's menstrual cycle. Menopause. It's always about the men. They're always causing us problems.
What the hell? Honestly.
See, but that just makes me appreciate women more and
True.
just have more respect for women, because with all of these things that the men have extra, just women can endure so much more.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter what the extra stuff the men have. Women are still stronger.
Yeah.
We're the ones that bring life into the world.
That is true. Oh,
they
yes.
They can have their extra molecule. Okay, whatever. I bore 2 babies. What can you do?
Yep, same.
Exactly. And 2 men nonetheless.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
See? We're the superpowers here. Us.
It's true. It's true. And speaking of bearing babies, happy Mother's Day yesterday. It was to all the moms out there.
Yes, and happy Mom's Day.
All the moms too that may for some reason be estranged, or if you may have a mom in heaven. Mm-hmm. All the moms that may have lost a baby or had a stillborn baby, you are still moms, okay?
Yeah.
And sending you love, thinking about you today, okay? Yesterday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They actually said that the origins of celebrating Mother's Day was actually born, I think it was Margaret Thatcher, that out of grief over her own mom wanted some kind of commemorative day to remember her mom, and of course they commercialized her idea. Mm-hmm. I think it was 1906 or 1908, and they commercialized her idea, and they made this big thing about celebrating all moms, so that they could make money, of course.
Yeah.
But she was so opposed to what they were changing this special tribute to, and they made it so much different than it was really intended for. But it was actually not celebrate, to just be okay with grieving for her own mom. Mm-hmm. And Mother's Day, I went to the cemetery yesterday to pay respects to my aunt who has passed on, and get together with my cousins who were her children and her grandchildren. Mm-hmm. And so part of the whole Mother's Day experience was remembering someone who we loved, who was so near and dear. So, yeah, we can't just celebrate the commercial version of Mother's Day, but it's keeping those in mind that have lost a parent.
Yeah.
Have lost a mom. You know, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's not an easy day for a lot of people.
No, or lost a child.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a happy day for a lot of people. It causes, a lot of sadness. So, yeah, we just wanted to acknowledge that.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Going back to, we touched on it for a second there, Pluto retrograde, right? This is going to be a golden time for you if you are a Capricorn or a Virgo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Capricorn, especially Capricorn, because Capricorn, you had Pluto for quite some time, and now you're getting that reprieve. Like, it's going to be different. It's a whole different feeling in the air, having Pluto in Aquarius versus Pluto in Capricorn.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah.
You could feel it. You could see it on the world stage. You could just, it's the change from earth to air in that big scope. It's a very different energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Capricorns are getting some break here. Yeah.
Bring about some innovation and some new ideas and some creativity and all of those things. I noticed that even within myself, because I haven't painted in a very long while. And yesterday I was just really drawn to, for those of you who are not familiar with my artwork, I do lots of different forms of it, but my painting, I crush up whatever crystals that I'm drawn to. So like the dust, and I put the dust in the paint, and then when it's finished, I dust it with shards so it's sparkly like diamonds. It's really pretty.
Yeah. No, your painting's beautiful.
Thank you. But I was drawn to paint like Venetian energy.
Mm-hmm.
Is very drawn to that lately, and that would also go along with Taurus energy too. But
yeah,
you guys have probably noticed her in the sky. Like if you look to the west, that really, really bright star that's out there before all the other ones, that's not a star, that's Venus.
Yeah, she's the brightest thing in the sky. Yeah. Absolutely.
And lately, she's been even brighter and more pink. Have you noticed that?
Not the pink hue, no. But it's been cloudy lately, so it's been hard to really tell. But once it's cleared up, I'm going to check it out.
Yeah. It has like just the lightest pinkness to it. I tried to get it on video the other day, but I couldn't. I have a beautiful view of it from my bedroom window.
Yeah. Me too. I have a nice view of Venus. Yeah.
Yeah. And I am a Venetian starseed myself. So I really connect with that energy. And they've been coming through a lot recently. And I actually just like found out that I was Venetian starseed not too long ago. But they've been trying to tell me since I was a child, because my favorite song, my whole childhood, was Take a Big Guess on That. Bananarama. Venus.
Venus.
Got us on the mountain top.
Got it.
Burning like a silver flame.
I'm not surprised. You're a Libra rising. That's Venus.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised.
And pink is my signature color.
And you love pink. Yes. You love pink.
Yeah.
And your painting is full of pink, and it's so pretty. You can really feel
it's all different depths of it, the color
energy.
of it.
Yeah. It's so, I like when you showed it to me, I could just feel the loving energy come off of it. I see part of it. It's so beautiful. Like I wish that the sparklers could see it, because it's so pretty, and it's got a lot of depth to it. The way you created it, it's really, really beautiful, and really, really sparkly, and really colorful. Lots of different shades of pink, and it really, really is pretty. And I can just feel it. I can feel it. Yeah.
Infused with rose quartz too.
That's probably what I feel. Yeah.
That gentle, loving energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So pretty.
But just like when I've been getting that like pink hue from the planet lately, I just wanted to kind of capture that. And just the energy that I feel around it. And dragon energy comes from Venus. And I know that for those of you new here, this might sound crazy. I know that my dogs are dragons on the other side, like Falcor from Neverending Story. Yeah. And they're both different colors of pink, which is interesting because I have, that's their collars, where Aisha's was dark pink and Chloe's was light pink. Yeah.
Aw, that's so pretty. And Loki's pink.
Yeah, my Loki is 2 colors of pink too. His gills are dark pink and his body is light pink.
He's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my axolotl.
Yeah, see? Dragon. There you go.
Yeah. So, that energy comes through. Also, a lot of you might not be familiar with this, but original Viking energy also is a link to Venetian starseeds. Yes, and also Pleiades. They were the whole like bloodlust thing. That's a lie that history shaped them into. The original Vikings on their dragon boats were grid keepers, right? They traveled on the ley lines, right? Not the shorelines, the ley lines. Yeah, they're grid workers, and they ascended from those 2 star systems.
Wow.
The bloodlust thing was something that came later. And a lot of that also came when a lot of their temples and things like that were destroyed with the colonization and of like organized religion and things like that. So yeah, fighting back to protect their land and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole story that was created around them, you know, with the violence and things like that, like history has really twisted their story.
Yeah, well, lots of civilizations. I mean, they do that to a lot of different groups of people. I mean, look at the Native Americans.
Yes.
They were considered barbaric, but why did they have to go to those means? Because people were taking their land.
Yeah.
They were supposed to defend. What are they supposed to do? Let everybody just come? Okay, take my land. Sure, why not?
Sure, go ahead. Yeah.
Right. So no, it's just history's always going to distort the facts in the way that they see fit, that they want to fit it into a nice box and keep it in there, you know, wrap it up tight and neat and nice and neat, and even if it's distorted, even if it's not truth. Well, so that's just the way it is with Vikings and Native Americans and so many other cultures.
All of them who got colonized by Christianity and organized religion, because there's an entitlement and an arrogance that goes along with that. Our God is the right God. Our way is the right way. We're going to come in and teach you the right way. And if you're not doing it our way, then punishment for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're going to pay. Sure.
And that's basically it. It still stands like that today. Yeah.
It does, unfortunately. But things are changing, so
it
won't be like that too much longer.
No. A lot of people are waking up to that, the fact that that's just a patriarchal control mechanism. Yeah. It's just all stems back to men being jealous that they cannot create life. That's where patriarchy stems from. And as Mel and I have gone over in a previous episode, at points in history, men didn't even know they were part of the process.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
Because babies take 9 months to happen. You don't see evidence of them right away either. So it wasn't until people started domesticating animals for farming and things like that they were like,
Yeah, they finally bought a clue.
Yeah, they finally figured it out.
Yeah. Eventually the truth comes out.
Yeah. And that's the problem with patriarchy, though. It's just about control and acquisition and hierarchy and oppression to basically everyone involved.
Right.
On some level. You know? It doesn't benefit anyone.
No, not at all.
No. It's an old, outdated system, and it has to go. And it is. It is starting to.
Yeah, it is. It is. Pluto's in Aquarius. It will. Gemini is in Uranus. It's going to change. Believe me, it's going to change.
Yeah. Something big happened last time. Oh, it was like 240 something years ago. I didn't write it down. I knew I should have wrote it down. Shoot.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know, but some sort of revolution or like something good. Yeah. Something like that happened around the last time.
It's time for change. It's just time for change. We can't continue on this trajectory that we've been on for so long. It's time for things to change, and the more of us that understand this and become aware of these things, and we band together and we do our healing work and we do our spiritual work, and we do things that are of the light, the closer we get to the change that is taking place slowly but surely. So we all just have to keep doing the things that we feel called to do. Us light workers, people like to be called light workers and healers, and we all have the gifts. So if we consciously use them and work on ourselves and help humanity one person at a time, then we're just going to get that much closer to this big change that is here.
Right.
It's like every seed, it takes time for it to grow. So we're in that stage. The seeds have been planted. So now it's just we have to water it, and that's where we come in. Doing the things that we're supposed to be doing, whatever our journey is supposed to be, whatever we're guided to do divinely. That if we do that and we consciously are aware that we are making change with every bit of soul evolution that we have and that we help with, that we're watering that seed more and more and more, and so you're going to see evidence of the change coming more and more and more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everything, it's just a matter of time.
Speaking of seeds, there's a new moon this Saturday.
Yes.
So good time to be planting some seeds.
Yes.
Physically and metaphysically.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to be planting my tree. I love lilac. It's my favorite. And it's one of those elusive fragrances that it's really hard to capture the fragrance of it. Just like lily of the valley, that's impossible, because the fragrance of lily of the valley is only produced when it's to be released. So anytime you've ever smelt it, it has been lab created, right?
Right.
So lilac is very, very hard also to extract too. So there's a perfume by Heretics called Nosferatu. That one's, love it. That one smells like
essence of lilac.
Yes. Yeah. It's awesome. But but it's really hard. Anyways, I love lilac, and I didn't have any. So I got, for Mother's Day, I got a lilac tree, and I was showing Mel before we started recording the little tag on it, because the kind that it is Miss Kim.
Aw, how appropriate.
I just thought that was so cute. So I was meant to have it.
Yes, it's meant for you for sure. Aw.
Yeah. So going back to like people opening their minds a little more past organized religion, right? How that's kind of happening. This is probably a really good time to answer one of the questions that I have gotten about the whole mediumship thing, right? So I've explained it kind of like, if you've seen Stranger Things, like the upside down, right? I go to the upside down and I ask for who I want to speak to, and they are brought. Their energy is brought. Heaven and hell. No, it's not that simple.
Right.
Do I know what the quote-unquote heaven looks like? No, I don't. Because when I'm connecting with these souls, right, and they're brought to speak to me, they're brought to speak to me in that in-between place.
Right.
Okay? It's not a bad in-between place, right? It's a good in-between place. And then someone also asked me, like, what happens to, like, really bad people, right? So the whole hell thing, no, that's not a thing. Okay, but when I have spoken to energies that were not the greatest people, they have been escorted. So there is some sort of retribution, and not from what I understand, they show it to me much like Scrooge. Okay, so everybody's probably familiar with that story. Okay, so the ghost of Christmas past, right? They take you through everything. All right, but you don't have to. You don't just see it. You feel what you have done to the people. You feel all of it. Okay, so once you cross over, that happens. Right. So, and you still have a consciousness of whether you're willing to, accept those things and again, rewire for change.
Right.
Or not. Yeah, it's basically, you can still be a stubborn spirit if you want to be, I guess. I haven't seen that do anybody any favors.
Yeah, I don't think that you lose your personality, so to speak, because anytime that I felt the presence of like my dad here or another
that's a part
ancestor,
of your soul.
Right. I don't think, and they kind of, in the same way that you remember them, they behave. Like my father, when he does come here and there, like he pulls kind of pranks kind of things. Like it's like pranky kind of things. And my dad was silly like that. He was very childlike in that respect. So I kind of could understand and resonate with what you're saying about that they can be the same way that they were here when they were in their human form, even when you're in a spirit form. Again, it's a transfer of energy. We're not really disappearing, we're just changing form. So if you're just changing form and your soul continues to live on, you're still gonna have an essence of who you are. Even here, when you're contacted by someone like yourself, or you can feel the presence of your loved one here with you at times, whatever, their soul is still present. It's just a different form that they've taken.
And people have asked me too, like, do I see them like they're standing in front of me? No. Sometimes maybe I'll get a telepathic image flash in my mind's eye of maybe what they look like, or a feature or something like that. But mostly they speak telepathically to me the way that I interpret information best. So they would give me song lyrics, feelings, colors, pictures, again, in my mind's eye, or like a scene from a movie that I'm familiar with, where I can pull the essence of what was happening in that scene and apply it, or the feelings that I'm being shown. So they learn to interpret how I read energy best. Yeah, and that's how it happens.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That really, it makes sense, because I think each of us, when we receive whatever messages, I mean, I'm not a medium or anything, but when I receive messages from spirit, it's going to be interpreted in a way that I would understand, that it's my personal way to receive information. And it stands to reason that would be for you. Some other medium, it might come in differently. They might have a different way of interpreting people or spirits from the other side, and whatever messages they have to give to the clients. But you're gonna receive it in the way the spirit and you communicate. It's a personal. From what I understand, it's a very personalized thing when you're channeling for someone else, right?
Yeah. And someone wanted to also know, along with that, how do I know what I'm talking to? Like, because I channel deities and this and that.
Right.
Everything has a different vibration.
Yeah.
Right? So, a deity has a very specific vibration. Right? And however I interpret that from the deities that I'm connected to, that is how they will come through. Male, female, what energies they represent, those things, right? Below that, what I would interpret, or people would know, I guess, as angels. Okay? Angels, guides, star beings also share a very similar vibration. It's like, it's at the same level, but it's different. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Yeah. So, and then there's crossed over humans who have like gotten it. Right?
Yeah.
And then there's crossover humans who still are kind of going through their Ebenezer Scrooge Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the ones who are refusing the lessons of the Scrooge Christmas Eve. Right? So what I mean by escorted. So I'll use this as an example because I saw someone else use this as an example. This isn't mine, so this is someone else's example. But they had someone come through and their father was a really, really terrible person. And when he came through, he was escorted with like who they interpret also as angels, right? And he wasn't allowed to speak.
Oh.
Yeah. He was like bound like in a cocoon is how she interpreted, right? And didn't speak. The beings who were with him, who escorted him, spoke for him.
Ah, okay.
And, said what needed to be said.
Oh, wow. So sounds like a prison. Almost like a prisoner.
Well, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stands to reason.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is how that is interpreted, if that helps anybody.
So that's kind of the visual that you get too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen it that extreme. Right? I think that was a very extreme case. That was a very terrible, 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 terrible human. Okay? Let's just say that. All right.
Wow.
But no, I haven't. I've had escorted people, but I haven't had that particular.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like something you'd want to connect with anyway.
No. I have had experiences with darker energies too. I mean, you learn to interpret and you learn how to shield. And for whatever works for you. I've cleared properties for people before that had some gnarly things there. Those are always fun. It does take a lot of energy. But it is interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. I'm sure.
And I get very scared too. Like I am not immune to it. So while I am doing this, as much as I'm trying to swallow it down, because they will eat that fear, for breakfast, that energy. They love it. So as much as I'm trying to push it down as much as I can and shield hard so they can't sense that, inside I'm losing my shit. Because it's never, you're never used to it.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. I would imagine that it would still be very scary, especially with you having the awareness that even in that form, they can do harm. If given an opportunity. They can tap into fear.
Manipulation.
Entities love fear or other icky things. We'll call it the icky things. Icky beings, icky energies. They feed off of fear and all negative mindsets and anything that is not of the light, whether it's a thought, whether it's an emotion, whether it's whatever, an intention. If it's not of the light, if it is low vibrational, then it will feed off of that and it can get stronger and it can do damage. It can.
Yes. Yeah. That's why if you're sensitive, it is really important to practice your shielding.
Oh, yeah. Anybody should.
Yeah.
Anybody should.
That getting into that practice of taking a spiritual shower when you get home, by saying like, I rinse off everything that isn't mine, before you walk into your house. All those things, or if you live with other people, just in your own space, make sure you're doing that. it's because it's very important, especially when you're dealing with like all the other chaotic energies that are happening right now. If you can kind of control where it's coming from a little bit, it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, no, a cleansing and clearing and protection are the most important things, whether you are sensitive to the energy or not. If you have an awareness and understanding about energy, that is the first thing you do, is protect and then cleanse and clear when you're completed with whatever it is you're doing, or expose yourself to. Because it's important. And some people, especially if they're new to spirituality and energies and things like that, they sometimes don't know what they're calling. You have to be really careful about what you're calling.
Yeah, I don't recommend people trying to do what I do if you're not experienced with it, because like the places that I go to seek things sometimes is not recommended for someone who's really doesn't know how to shield and stuff. Now, I don't do that often. Okay, the most recent example of that, you guys saw it. I went looking for Epstein because if he's brought forth to me, I would get the truth, right? And I wanted it, but he's not there. Yeah.
It's not dangerous, but
it can be.
We have to be careful.
It can be because it's like just like when you turn your porch light on, right? It attracts all these bugs.
Right.
So you can attract in, if you're not, regularly, and I'm not saying this to make anybody fearful, because it's not like, it's something to be aware of, okay? I don't want you to be scared of it, okay? But you have to be having spiritual hygiene.
Yeah.
Especially as you're ascending, because you're turning on your porch light. Okay, so you don't want to have these little parasitic things trying to suck energy from you. Okay?
Right.
They can't really get at you. The way that I see it when I'm looking at people, like when I do spiritual cleansings and stuff like that on people, is, in The Little Mermaid, when Ursula would take the people, and they'd be the little worms that were attached to the ground, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
I see those around people's auras. So, like, not getting inside, but just like little barnacles on your aura, right? So if you have a lot of those on there, sucking your energy like little parasites, it gets very draining, right? So you want to get them off, just like barnacles.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be a complicated process either. No. You can just, with intention.
Getting in the shower. And setting the intention that I want to rinse all of this off of me.
Right, exactly. Ask Archangel Michael to, remove it all.
Yeah.
If you work with Archangel Michaels, I mean, I know I do.
Yeah.
So,
or whatever energy that you call in for protection. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be a complicated process. It's easy, but it's very important and very necessary.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, well, I think it's good we'll leave it there with your psychic shielding. I want you guys to practice that.
Yeah, for sure. It's important.
Yeah, something I do. If you play video games, you might recognize it if you play any type of like games where you have a city of sorts that you can shield, right? Usually the visual is like a little shield going around, like a little translucent color, a little bubble going around your little city or your little person or whatever. And that is just how I visualize it for myself. Around my home and around myself. I just have, and mine is pink, of course it is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Mine is white.
Venusian energy and the Glinda the Good Witch of the North energy, for sure.
Go. It could be any color you resonate with.
Anything you resonate with. Yeah. Or if you resonate with a symbol, You know, visualize that slapped on your third eye. I often do that with the protection rune.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is the crow's foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's those tripping over my tongue here. Those are some of the ideas that we had for that. If you would like some more, email us. Ask us any questions that you have, and we'll try to answer them and get to them when we're on here next. So that's will all be listed below if you guys want that contact information. Okay? And don't forget to follow my socials. Thank you all so much for being here. We love you so much. Thanks again.
Yes, thank you guys. Love you.
All right, until next time. Remember, you always make your own magic. And stay magical, my sparklers. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.